All right, so Elon Musk, right? This We Robots presentation, Robotaxis, robot buddies, like the whole thing, ready to dive in.
Yeah, let's do it. This wasn't just some product launch. This is like a whole potential societal overhaul. Like, imagine a world where autonomous vehicles are just like the norm.
Ow. Yeah.
How does that change cities? How does it change jobs? How does that change even our free time?
Exactly.
That's what we're going to be looking
So
at.
first up, robotaxis. Imagine you're stuck in LA traffic, but like you're not even stressed
Right.
because your car is driving itself. You're catching a movie. You're chilling.
And, Musk isn't even just talking about like convenience here. He's promising safety.
Oh, yeah.
He's saying these robotaxis will be 10 times safer than human drivers.
10 times.
10 times. He's drawing a parallel to elevators.
Yeah.
Once reliant on operators, now they're fully automated. We don't even think about it.
Okay.
We just get in.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And it's interesting because Musk's vision is even bigger than just hailing a ride.
Yeah.
Imagine owning a Tesla, right?
Yeah.
But it's part of a self-driving fleet.
Okay.
So you're like a shepherd, and your cars are out there earning you money while you're, I don't know, at the beach.
Wow. So like it kind of makes you wonder then if everyone is using robotaxis all the time, is owning a car even going to be a thing anymore?
Yeah, well, and, he's predicting this massive jump in vehicle usage. He says from an average of 10 hours a week to potentially like 50 or even 100.
Wow.
Because there's no more circling for parking, no more wasted time. In fact, he even talks about turning those parking lots
Wow.
into parks,
That would be amazing.
reclaiming those concrete jungles and turning them into like green spaces.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Greener cities, more efficient transportation. But it gets like even wilder. Hold on, because then Musk unveils the RoboVan.
Or some are calling it the RoboVan.
I kind of love that. It's like a futuristic minivan, but instead of like hauling screaming kids to soccer practice, it can transport 20 people or a ton of cargo.
Think about public transit.
Yeah.
Think about delivery services.
Wow.
And with no driver to pay, imagine the cost savings.
Okay, so he's tackling personal transportation, public transit, logistics. What else is there? Oh, right. Robot buddies.
Robot buddies.
You're kidding, right?
I wish I was. No, he's serious about these Go Crowd bots.
What?
Humanoid robots designed to just help us out with everyday tasks.
No, wow.
So this is where like all of their AI expertise comes in.
Yeah.
They're not just building cars, they're building brains.
Right. And like the cherry on top of all this, Musk brings out Optimus, a humanoid robot, says it'll be affordable for everyone eventually, even brought some prototypes out on stage.
Right.
Now I know what you're thinking. Didn't he kind of pull this with that robot suit thing a while back?
Yeah. I mean, I think we got to take those early demonstrations, with a grain of salt. But like, even if those prototypes were just for show, it's still pretty wild that they've gotten to the point where they can have these robots interacting with people on a stage, even if it's in a limited way.
Right.
It shows that they're making progress in robotics.
Yeah, and you gotta admit, the man knows how to put on a show, right?
Absolutely.
Those Optimus robots, like, just strolling around. It's like science fiction, but real.
That's very theatrical.
He's like a modern-day P.T. Barnum.
Right.
But instead of bearded ladies and three-legged dogs, it's like self-driving cars and robot assistants.
Yeah.
The man knows how to capture our imaginations.
For sure.
And speaking of capturing our imaginations, let's go back to those robotaxis for a sec.
Yeah.
Did you catch that bit about unsupervised, full self-driving coming to Texas and California next year?
Yeah.
That feels really soon.
Very, very soon.
I mean, that's a bold move.
It is.
And if they can pull it off and do it safely, that's a game changer. Like, imagine hailing a ride with no driver in like a year, maybe 2.
I know.
But it also makes you wonder, like, what about the legal stuff, the rules? What do the sources say about how states are reacting to this?
Yeah, that's a whole other
Can of worms?
yeah. and while we're on robotaxis, I mean, we got to talk about this cybercab reveal.
Yeah.
It was like straight out of like Blade Runner.
It did have that like futuristic vibe.
Didn't it?
Yeah.
Like Musk was describing it as a comfortable lounge on wheels, which I got to say sounds a lot more appealing than your average taxi.
Oh, for sure.
No steering wheel,
Yeah.
spacious interior, sleek design. It's like he's not even just selling you a ride at that point. He's selling you like an experience.
And those graphics they showed with the cybercab like weaving through traffic
Right.
makes you wonder, how does the AI actually handle all those like split-second decisions, the kind human drivers make without even thinking?
Right. It really makes you appreciate, how complex this technology actually is.
And don't even get me started on the inductive charging.
Oh.
No more cables.
Yeah.
You just park over a pad and boom, your car is charging.
It's pretty slick.
Okay, but like, how efficient is it really?
Right.
Can it actually handle like a whole fleet of robotaxis charging at the same time?
Right.
These are the questions that like actually determine if this is going to work or not.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
The practical considerations.
And that kind of leads us to the big question, right?
Yeah.
The one that always comes up with like AI, automation, all this stuff. What about jobs?
It's like the elephant in the room, right?
Yeah.
Like on the one hand, you have Musk with this vision of, robots freeing us from all these boring tasks.
Right.
Like ushering in this like new era of, abundance, and everyone's got all this leisure time. But,
Yeah.
On the flip side, we got to think about the jobs that could be lost, right?
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
It is. It is. And it's like, we don't have a crystal ball. We don't know exactly how this is going to go.
Right.
But like, we can look back at history, right? Every time there's been some big technological shift, things have kind of gotten shaken up.
Exactly.
Like the Industrial Revolution, the internet, jobs change, some go away, new ones pop up. It's always like this evolution.
Yeah, it makes you think, right? Like, if we have all these robo-taxis everywhere, what happens to taxi drivers?
Yeah.
Truck drivers, delivering drivers. It's a real concern.
Yeah, and maybe it's not just about like robots taking over, right?
Yeah.
But it's about figuring out, how do we work together?
Exactly.
Humans and robots.
Right, like each playing to their strengths.
Yeah.
We
Exactly.
need to be focusing on what makes us human, right?
Yeah.
Critical thinking,
Yeah.
creativity, problem solving, like the things robots, at least for now, aren't so great at.
So it's about us adapting,
Yeah, that's right.
learning new skills
Of course.
to fit into this new world. And maybe, just maybe, it gives us time to actually like enjoy life more.
Yeah. Imagine having more time to like explore what you're really into.
Right.
Spend time with people you care about,
Yeah.
not just working all the time. It's like, it's a nice thought.
It is. So, okay. We've got robotaxis changing our cities, robot buddies hanging out in our living rooms. Elon Musk is really, really going all in on this whole automation thing. It's exciting. It's a little scary, if we're being honest, and it's something people are definitely going to be talking to.
It's a brave new world out there.
It is. It is. And as we're figuring all this out, it's up to us, I think, to decide how much we let technology run the show, right? What kind of future do we actually want? That's something to think about.
Yeah. On that note, we're going to wrap up this deep dive into Tesla and their vision of the future. A future, I got to say, that's looking pretty interesting. Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep on diving deep.